Welcome to Home Service Happy Hour, brought to you by Service Monster. It has been interesting watching the evolution of the CRMs, and I often get pulled into the nature of my business is I get like pulled into every software change that somebody's making, because if they're changing CRMs, we need to know about it. If they're changing payrolls, we sure as hell need to know about it. If they're changing phone systems, we don't really need to know about that one. But I have a bunch of people right now that are on a crappy payroll system, and like now is the time, and this is probably the most time sensitive one. Yeah, I'll talk about the one that I like the least, and I'll talk about the one that I like the most. I'm not going to throw every payroll system under the bus here, but a lot of people, and this is like the nature of the beast with a lot of things that we sign up for. I see a ton of people on QuickBooks Payroll, and I use QuickBooks exclusively for bookkeeping. So I'm not throwing QuickBooks under the bus, but they are just not great at payroll. Their service isn't great. Their platform isn't great. Their pricing is good, but that's about it. And I work with everyone in between. We're with ADP, and we do stuff with Paychecks and Sure Payroll and all the payroll services. Gusto tends to be the best one we find. And I run into a couple people that have had a bad experience with them. There's a few things with payroll systems to be thinking about. One is like, if you're going to switch, like, check out whatever. Again, I recommend Gusto, but no matter what, if you're going to switch payroll systems, the best time to do it is at the end of a quarter. But the way best time to do it is at the end of the year. And that's like coming up. And you don't want to wait until the week between Christmas and New Year's. There's no way you're going to get a new payroll set up to run that next payroll with a week maybe if you want to be miserable throughout the entire holiday season, you could get it done. But like, you need to get all your employees switched over, right? You need all the tax ID numbers and all the setup stuff. And then you got to go onto all the state websites and put the Gusto info in and take the other payroll company out. There's like a lot of nonsense with switching that. It's not as bad as a CRM, but it's like the second worst probably. Just if you're going to switch payroll systems, and I recommend Gusto, switch like December 1st, or start the switching process. Like get set up with Gusto, and I'll talk about this in a second, but like get them all the data so that everything is ready to go January 1 in that first payroll in January, which is actually like the last payroll of the last year, but it goes by when the money hits the bank account. You want that one in Gusto. You don't want to have two different payroll systems going into the next year, because W-2s and all the reporting stuff and all the tax stuff. Like a clean break at the end of a quarter is good. A clean break at the end of the year is perfect. Just don't wait until like mid-December to try to do it, or you won't get the support from the company, and they won't have resources to give you because you're too far in the back of the line, and then you're scrambling and trying to figure it out. And if you're anything like me, you don't want to figure out how to set up a new payroll system. That is not, when I say that out loud, you're not like, that sounds sweet. Nobody's saying that. It doesn't sound sweet. If you thought it sounded sweet, you're weird. Cool for being weird, but you're weird. Hey, home service heroes. Thank you guys so much for tuning into our home service happy hour content today. I sure hope you learned a little something, and I sure as heck hope that it was entertaining. If you did find it fun and entertaining, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for more cool, fun, entertaining business content. And speaking of which, stay tuned. There's a little more here and a little more right here. Check it out.